Hello, everybody. I'm Kristen.
And I'm angry.
And this is So I'm Watching Gilmore Girls, Season 1, Episode 15, Christopher Returns. Okay, what is your major point of anger?
Christopher?
Just in general?
Yes.
Just Christopher's general existence?
Yes.
Okay, expand.
He's just exactly what I knew he would be.
Okay.
And I'm just so fucking tired of this story. It's the song that we keep on singing. And it's, but I love you. You're the one. I'm ready to get married. Motherfucker. No, you're not. Where's your house? Where is your house? Where is your house? I made us a house. I made us a home. I had a whole ass kid. And I did it all by my fucking self.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the one that like fully sent me is I never miss Rory until I'm in front of her. And then I really miss her.
Okay. So, you know, Christopher and I have a lot in common.
No, it's not the same. It's not the same. I love that that's the running joke. No, when it is your child, when it is
No, 100%. 100%.
miss Ginger.
I miss Ginger when she goes to daycare. I miss her all day.
Right. So it's like, because I have to actively try not to text well when I'm at the office to be like, hey, did his shot go okay? Like, of course I know it did.
Yeah.
Because I trust him and I know everything's going to be fine. But like, that is the difference. And it's so funny that we had that Donna Reed episode and then this one.
Yep.
Because it is very much like, these motherfuckers can just like leave.
Yeah.
And it's fine. And they're so great and they're so smart and they have so many businesses, whatever. But it's like, Lorelai did the hard work.
Yeah.
She does the hard work all the time. Play fucking that song, the labor song that like went nuts on TikTok, where it talks about how women do the emotional and physical and everything labor.
Well, okay, so that pivots into the thing that I get the angriest about in this episode, which is because Christopher's parents basically come over for Friday night dinner. So it's like the 7 of them.
Straub, or whatever the fuck his name is.
Straub and Francine. So it's like the 7 of them for dinner, and the thing that like, it's so bizarre to me because more than once, Lorelai is called like the brightest girl in her class. So she was like very smart. She could have like gone all the way, like academia wise. But I think what people neglect to mention is that like, she wouldn't have enjoyed that.
No.
And also Christopher does admit towards the end, he's like, I wouldn't have made it through Princeton even if like all the, but the thing about that makes me the angriest is everybody, and it's a very like, I mean, it still happens today, but it's like, Christopher didn't go to Princeton because you got pregnant. And it's like, let's investigate those feelings.
No.
Because I don't think that's true.
Christopher was relieved because I got pregnant.
And so he didn't have to go to Princeton.
Yeah. He took the out.
Yeah. And so that's...
How lucky for him!
Yeah. Also, because also on the flip side, nothing was keeping him from still going to Princeton.
Nope. And they
literally
nothing.
They
didn't get married.
Yeah.
They didn't do the stuff together.
Yeah.
Lorelai pieced the fuck out.
She sure did.
And she said, I'm gonna do it by my damn self.
Yeah. Which, again, also, I love the juxtaposition of the moments where Edward, that's his real name, Richard almost comes to blows with Straub because he like makes a crack about Lorelai like working, just doing a blue collar job, and like, I don't care how smart that girl is about Rory and like all of this. And Richard like loses it and he's like, she's amazing at what she does. You get the hell out of my house. It's incredible. I love that moment from Richard.
Me too.
And then, but I also love the moment in Richard's study with Lorelai because she comes in very genuinely like, I want to thank you for doing that. I appreciate it. But I think for him, he like, yes, it is kind of protectiveness, even though he's like, you don't need protection. It's very clear. You've told everyone. We all know you don't need anything from anyone. But my family was being attacked. I can't stand for that. Like, that's not what this is about. And so he then because emotions are high too, he like gets angry a little with Lorelai too, and like I just think it's realistic. Like it makes
I agree.
sense.
Yeah, because there's a lot of hurt in that room.
Yeah.
Because both of them don't have the entire picture. But like when Richard says, like, your mother, you left us. You treat us like a leper. Like your mother didn't get out of bed for a month when you left.
Which Lorelai didn't know, which to me speaks back to the episode, like the scene in Rory's birthday where Emily didn't know that Lorelai broke her leg.
Yeah.
Like they have been
They're doing it to each other.
Exactly. And they've been estranged for so long that like part of the reason there's so much friction is because they don't know how to bridge the gap they both created.
No one knows how to let it go.
Yeah.
And no one wants to bend.
No one will go first.
Yeah.
Across the, barrier.
Yeah.
It's just really interesting. I really love it. There's a lot to be said for like the state of Christopher, like the state that he's in, where like he has been telling everyone that his company is a big success, but he tries to buy Rory an admittedly expensive book, but
$300.
Yeah.
I would venture a guess is a healthy guess.
Probably. Let's see. What was it? The unabridged
Oxford Dictionary. What was that, like 1999, 2000? So
no, it's like $2,000. Oh wait, no, the compact one, $424.
Okay.
So it's probably a couple $100 in 2001.
Yeah.
Yeah. So his credit card gets declined.
Mm-hmm.
And then
my guy, you're doing a startup. You can't buy anything for at least 5 years. Like,
100%.
Your money is tied up, my guy.
Unless you're like, it was 2001. Things were bonkers with like the .com bubble and everything.
Yeah, but still, it's any business.
Yeah.
You don't make money for however long.
Yeah, but the thing about the .com bubble is like everything was getting like a public offering. So it was like everybody was like being worth like $500 million like out of the gate.
Yeah.
Like immediately. So I can kind of understand where he would like, but there's no indication made that he went public, but there's sort of an implication that he might believe that's coming.
He had a meeting 3 weeks ago, and it was like an offer is coming.
Sure, it sounds good.
Yeah.
But then the thing for me that is the biggest red flag is that he tells Rory not to tell Lorelai.
Yes!
Not cool.
Can't do that!
Yeah. And then at the end when...
That made me so mad.
He's like, I can't believe she ratted me out. And Lorelai is like, are you 15? Absolutely not. Andrew at the bookstore told me, Jackson told me, the UPS guy told me, like, and then Rory very reluctantly confirmed it. And also, how dare you?
The first time that your parent comes to you and tells you something and
Don't
says,
tell your mom.
don't tell the other parent, things get fucking weird because you're so confused because it's like, why are you doing this?
Okay, look.
Why are you giving this to me and giving me this pressure?
The only way it's acceptable is if it's like
a present.
A gift. Exactly. Literally a gift is the only thing. Like, I'm getting this for your mom, don't tell her.
But money troubles, especially, what pressure to put on a kid? Yeah. Don't do that. It's gross.
Because Rory does fall into the like mature for her age, like crevasse, and
hey, it doesn't work out for us later, you guys.
Especially not the girls.
No.
So yeah, that's just like, so it also like for me, there's also not being the child of divorced parents. I don't have any direct experience with this, but it is, I don't know if you have, because both of them are sane.
No, my dad is sane. It just was different.
No, Lorelai and Christopher are both sane people.
Compared to my parents are not
compared
sane?
To your mom.
Oh no, my mom is nuts.
So like my point is that like this is even not a direct comparison to like your situation.
Right.
But like Christopher coming in and being able to be like the fun parent and Rory is like so excited to see him and it's like super fun. She's introducing him to Dean, she's showing him around the town, she's taking him to like the softball game. It's just like it's very going on vacation energy.
Yeah.
And I think that's really not fair of Christopher.
No, but they're in a... I feel comfortable making this sweeping statement. There is always a fun parent.
Yeah.
Because they want the kids to want them. Yeah. Because in the marriage, someone didn't want the other person.
Yeah.
So it's just like, well, if I get them, they're going to love me forever. And it's not gender specific because I'm sure, like, Christopher wanted that. But so, like, in my case, like, my mom wanted to be the fun parent. And then it was like, well, I'm going to make you feel special. And I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. And we're going to buy pets for everybody. And I'm going to let you do your room however you want it. And all this stuff. But then it was just like, but who do you want to live with? Rachel, who do you want to live with? So I'm 12 years old being like, why are you asking me this question? How could you do this to me? Or this is happening.
And also, Dad, it's stable over there.
But I was put in a very protective situation with my mom. But then it was like, my dad was like the serious one, and we had to do all this stuff over there. And so it was like, but I had my own room and all my stuff. And like, that's the house I grew up in. So it was very, very confusing. And so it's like, it's so funny watching Lorelai become that parent, whereas she's the manic pixie dream girl to everybody else. But when it comes to Christopher, he out manic pixie dream girls Lorelai.
And like, so it's very interesting watching her become the stable force in Rory's life. Because I mean, she is, like, on a weekly basis, she is the stable force. She's raising her. Yep. She's been there every single day. She made a joke in the previous episode when Rory was going to house sit Apricot that she was like, oh, this is like, we've never been apart for a night, like hardly ever, you know, except I'm sure, like, well, no, Lane comes to their house for sleepovers. So it's like, you know, they
are the fun house.
Yeah. Like, we don't spend time apart. So this is going to be weird. And Rory was like, what are you going to do when I go to college? And she was like, well, I'm going to sleep on your dorm floor. Like, obviously. So it's like having her be the stable parent, but then actually seeing in practice her stability in Rory's life and her being the one to think things out. I swear to God, when he proposed to her in the kitchen,
I was gonna throw something if I had something in my hand.
It's unbelievable because you're like, are you out of your senses?
I can't believe she didn't just laugh in his face. Ha ha ha! Christopher told me a funny joke today. Like, what are you thinking of?
She literally, because she is totally floored by it, because the way that she delivers the hits just keep on coming is one of my favorite things she ever does.
Your favorite band is Offspring? That can't compare to Metallica. They both have a place. Metallica has longevity. Where's Offspring? It is 2023. Where is Offspring?
So, okay.
Metallica is still touring. Jason Momoa was just in the mosh pit. I saw lots of TikToks about it.
I believe you, and I'm fine with it, and I have come around a little on Metallica, and I'll tell you why, and I don't care how basic it makes me, is because of Stranger Things Season 4. I've come around a little. I've been listening to some of their music. I like Master of Puppets. It's fun.
They have their place.
But I actually kind of hate Metallica because they were total assholes about Napster.
And also, Lars Ulrich
he is an asshole. A total asshole.
100%.
So
they are the grandfathers. I said what I said. I said grandfathers.
They're old as fuck.
Grandfathers.
They're old as fuck, of course. So again, it's fine. I'll allow it. You're totally right though, because
it's just like, I just think it's so rich for men like this.
Yeah.
To throw marriage like it's a consolation prize, like, well, I love you. And then just want to. You have no idea.
Okay,
you have no idea what it means.
Okay, though, I don't think he's throwing it as a consolation prize. I think he thinks it's the grand prize.
No, I think he knows it's a Band-Aid.
No. I don't think so. Christopher is delusional enough. I think he believes this is it for me.
Girly, we need to work on your Delulu. We need to work on your Delulu. Be better. Be bigger.
For me, that is. I think two ways about it. So I do agree that he thinks it's a Band-Aid for himself.
Yeah.
But I think for them, he believes that it is like the Holy Grail.
Jesus Christ.
For like to be a family. Because also I think he's like, well, I crapped out on this startup so I could be a family. Like, now I can be a family man. Like, that's
gross.
Because he's just like, whatever is coming at me next.
Listen, I had someone marry me because they didn't like themselves. So like, this is the thing that they do. Like, but that's the thing. It's because we as a society don't really want to sit and look at like what it means to like enter into this business
to be
contract.
A family. Yeah.
Yes. And to what it is that you are entering into. And it's just not a fun willy-nilly thing. It's expensive to get divorced, and it's hard, and it's gross, and it's like, ugh, disgusting. And I can't believe they're gonna get married and divorced before they get together. Anyway, I hate it. I hate it. And he's so hot, and I knew he was going to do it to me.
hot.
That's why I had those complicated feelings, because I was like, I'm going to get my feelings hurt because he is so hot, but also proud of me because I was like, he is a one-man red flag parade.
Yeah.
He is. And I love going back to the whole, like, watching Lorelai become the stable parent. As soon as she told Rory that she could not get on that motorcycle after she was just salivating about everything about it, it's immediate.
Yep.
And
she,
like,
and again,
because he is a trigger for her.
And she so reluctantly allowed Rory to because it was like she didn't want to be the bad guy, but she was trying to be the responsible parent.
Yep, because she's had to be.
Yeah.
She's been the only parent, so she is every facet that a parent has to be and can be.
Yeah. So they also f***ed on Lorelai's balcony.
After drinking Jose Cuervo Gold.
Right out of the warm fifth. Like,
you all are adults. You pay taxes. Do better.
You pay taxes. Drink, I don't know, what?
A silver.
Patron? Patron existed in 2001, right?
I have a mini of Hendrix right now.
So, okay, to go back to the Offspring versus Metallica conversation.
I love it.
Because I wanted to say something. My first college boyfriend, I remember, so that was like 2004.
Okay.
2004 into 2005. He liked Linkin Park so much. Mm-hmm. And that was in 2004, 2005. And I was like, are we not past this yet? I was like, is this still happening? Like, okay.
How are we doing?
I swear to God, so he drove some kind of Oldsmobile. It was cheap. It was like a cheap sedan.
I think my first boyfriend in high school drove an Oldsmobile.
So it was like a silver, and he had a Linkin Park bumper sticker, like, that was over the whole back window.
Oh, the whole
back window. It was so stupid.
College?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
and he was older than me. By like 18 months older than me.
A whole back window.
Yeah.
Was it like...
It was like a white...
out of it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it wasn't like wall to wall, but it was like a big white decal that like was the majority of the back window.
No.
I feel like I should feel bad about that a little.
We all make choices.
I agree. I made a very serious choice.
I will not... Okay, it was 2004. We can't judge.
Yeah, I was not even 20.
Yeah.
I made a very serious decision. I said, I want to get a steady boyfriend because I'm ready to lose my virginity.
Yeah.
Which is a social construct. Don't get it twisted.
I love that you decided you needed a boyfriend for that. I was just like, you'll do.
No, I felt like I needed a boyfriend. I wanted to be with a boyfriend.
No, I knew someone I could call, and we handled it.
Yeah.
I love that for you.
I had considerably better sex after I got it over with.
That's always the way it goes.
Yeah, of course. So it was a skinny dick.
That was mine.
It was not that skinny.
I said.
But it was pretty skinny.
I said, this is my first time, y'all. First time. I said, are you in yet? And he said, I've been in for 5 minutes.
Woof.
And I said, oh. And I started laughing. And he goes, why are you laughing? And I said, I'm drunk. No, I'm
not drunk. You're like, I wasn't drunk.
I had sex with him again in 2013 for funsies and for science. Yeah. And it was
still the same.
Small.
Yeah.
Yep, it was.
So
Play, though.
Basically, I took him for what he was worth, and then I broke up with him 2 months later. And that was it.
On your way out, did you whisper in his ear, get rid of that decal?
No. I think we broke up on the phone. Because it was long distance also. Not like long, he lived an hour away.
Even better! You could shit talk his car with a fucking decal and then hang up.
Well, I couldn't because my best friend was his sister.
Oh.
My best friend and roommate was his sister. That's how I met him.
Don't shit where you eat, man.
It was fine. I'm still friends with her. I'm still friends with her. He didn't speak to me when he saw me at her wedding. Wouldn't speak to me.
That's embarrassing for him.
I had no boyfriend, no significant other. He was married with a baby. Wouldn't speak to me.
He's immature. He had a link. Okay, he told you. With
the Linkin Park. I know. Okay, look.
He let you know.
If my friend who was his sister is watching this, I do apologize. I don't know if she will. And I won't say names just so we can keep it real ambiguous.
Yeah. I love this. Usually it's me, the one that's like dropping the big boyfriend life guns. That I did not know that. That's...
You didn't know that he was her sister?
No, I did not
Or
know
her
about
brother?
the Linkin Park decal on the whole window.
Keep that on the down low. It was very, even at the time, I was, literally at the time, I was like, you like Linkin Park this much? I was like, I kind of like their songs on the radio. He had every album.
Which is fine.
In the car, on the visor thing.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
But, like, your whole back window.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
Well, again, it wasn't like corner to corner every side, but it was like large.
Show me on
Show me on the doll. No, I mean it spanned the whole thing.
Okay.
But it was like their logo, like in the middle.
All the way across?
Mostly, yeah.
I mean, I have some like book decals on my car right now, but it's not the whole thing. No. And you have to, like...
And I don't like bumper stickers, so there's nothing on my car.
The, like, girlies have to know. They also double as, like, rainbow catcher things into my car. Mm-hmm. My car is a vibe.
Your car is a vibe.
Yeah.
Although, I saw a pearlescent white Mini the other day, and I was like, that feels like Rachel should trade cars with this person.
I feel... Was it a Countryman?
It looked the same as yours, yeah.
So... But I don't like the Countryman... This happened to me with the Scion, too. I don't like the Countryman the year after... and forward. They're a lot more square. Mine's more rounded. Yeah. And I love her. She's so great.
She's cute.
We can always paint her. It's fine.
She's cute.
She's cute.
Suki and Michelle have a scene in this where they're like getting along.
Oh, I completely forgot about that.
They're like getting along really well, and then Lorelai comments on it as like, this is unusual, and then they start bickering again. It's like immediately over. I kind of love that. And then I do legitimately love the townspeople just like spreading information about Christopher like wildfire.
Welcome to Stars Hollow,
across the town, and he's like super freaked out about it. By the way, David Sutcliffe does not look like George Clooney, Brad Pitt, or Billy Crudup.
No, he looks like Sebastian Stan, which I am aware he was not a thing, but that's
but
what he
does currently now.
Yeah,
and also he just kind of looks like David Sutcliffe. So
yeah,
let's do that. The other scene I really love in this episode is Emily talking to Rory in the kitchen after the big fight, because obviously Strobe and Francine are talking mad shit about Lorelai and Rory. Like to
their face.
Right in front. And Rory's trying to be so nice. She just is so awkward about it because she hasn't seen them since she was like a baby.
Yeah.
And I loved Lorelai trying to break the tension by saying, I hate President Bush.
That was great.
Love it. Hilarious. 100% yes. His face is too tiny for his head. And I mean, I don't know. I do kind of long for the George W. Bush days of the Republican Party. Like, I know he's a war criminal, but like all he does is paint now. Like,
and Michelle Obama likes him. They share candies.
They did share candy.
Yes,
that was a funeral, right? Weren't they at a funeral?
Yep.
Somebody's funeral.
I don't remember whose, but yes.
Yeah.
And I long for those days of Republican. They just were not bad.
Yeah.
Like that.
But also, yes, kick him in the trash. Like, I want to kick him out. But yeah, so Emily was like, well, at first she starts being like, Strobe's not a bad guy. Like, just so you know, like, he's a pillar of the community. And like,
he was a great lawyer. Yeah. And he's very charitable. Whatever.
And she's like, no, I mean, he's an ass, though, obviously.
Yeah.
And I just love the way that, like, someone checked up on Rory. And I love that it was Emily. And she was like, there was a lot of talk. And you just should know that your mother and your father and your grandfather and I, none of that is about you. Like, you are not a mistake. You as a person, it's not a mistake. And she just was like, no, I know. And it was very sweet. I like it quite a lot.
Which I feel like on a lesser show, they would forget about that part. We were just like, assume that like Rory's fine. But like, when you hear that stuff, someone needs to tell you, like, no one feels bad about you.
Yeah.
So it's just, don't worry about that part.
And then she fed her a plate of cold asparagus and potatoes.
I remain of the thinking that they were like just put away.
Yeah.
So they're still a little warm.
The only other holdover from the previous episode is that on Friday night, Lorelai was supposed to help Luke paint the diner, and she completely stands him up. She was supposed to get out of Friday night dinner.
He stood outside.
He did all night. It was dark. And so the thing for me is like, I will kind of give her a pass because she made those plans before Christopher got to town. And then immediately they were like, Strobe and Francine are coming for dinner. And so she couldn't then get out of Friday night dinner.
If we want to talk about goldfish.
Lorelai?
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't give her a full pass, but I'm like, there's extenuating circumstances. But she then doesn't explain that to Luke.
Nope, which would be so easy.
She just is like, yeah, shit, I'm terrible. I stood you up. And it's like,
I'm a rat. You could just rat yourself out and be like, hey, this man came to town and kind of like blew up my life a little bit, and I feel really weird. I don't know what's happening, and I'm so sorry.
Blame it on the parents. Like, his parents came to dinner. I couldn't get out of going with Rory to dinner with Christopher's parents.
Yeah. And he even tried to give it to her where he was like, wasn't it an emergency? And she could have been like, kinda. Like,
it wasn't an emergency, but it was extenuating circumstances.
Right. So it's like, it's not an emergency, but it's like a heavy thing.
Yeah.
So, but just like, fully explain it. Give yourself the opportunity to be fully forgiven. Yeah. But I think she weirdly also likes to feel like, she's comfortable in feeling like the degenerate.
Yeah.
And so it just...
And then she awkwardly manic pixie dream girls all over the restaurant. And somehow I don't know where he was because he lives upstairs. There is a staircase from his apartment straight into the diner. So I don't know how she got in here and did all that without him knowing.
Who knows? And she was loud as shit too.
But she talked the bread guy into letting her in, and she repainted the whole thing, which it was a beautiful gesture. Mm-hmm. But I am confusion about how she executed that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it basically ended nice. There was an amazing bit of physical comedy from Jackson.
Oh, so good.
Because he's like talking sort of shit about Christopher, and then he just sort of like, he really like shimmies away.
And then just does this.
It's very funny.
Yeah.
Fashion for this episode, nothing really sticks out.
You liked Lorelai's skirt when she went to dinner.
It was a cute skirt. It was it was like the sweater shirt combo. There was like a color gradient kind of thing happening in the middle.
Listen, I really, really liked the time when we had slip skirts.
Yeah.
And then I forget what we go, boat neck.
Boat neck, yeah.
Yeah. But what makes me sad is I could wear those slip skirts when I didn't have like a full ass.
Yeah,
and
I can't wear a slip skirt now.
No, I had like a whole outfit that was like that, except it was a gray skirt and then this really pretty pink top and then knee-high black platform boots.
You know what I will say? Boat necks are kind of coming back into fashion.
Yes, they are. Mm-hmm. And I'm curious how they will look on my boobs now.
I think good.
It looks like but if it goes up too high and it's too low, then it's going to look funky.
Okay.
Teacups are not the jam. The good jam. They're not. I had a dream that bugs.
Okay, we can't.
Out of them last night. It was terrible.
We can't be doing this. She had like slices all over her.
It's terrible.
And the bugs were coming out of it.
It's terrible.
Just horrible, terrible. No good, very bad day.
I was not trying to go into full detail about it, but it was not a good time.
Well, you have to explain it further than bugs were coming out of my tits.
No, they were like cuts.
Yeah, and then, because bugs were coming out of my tits is worse.
Yeah, no, it was bad. It was really bad.
All right. It's late.
It is.
We gotta go to bed. But we did these two, which was our plan for today.
Yes.
So, okay, we will be back with the next episode next week.
We're probably gonna be a little bit more sober.
Yes, because we'll be doing it during the day.
Maybe.
Maybe we'll have an Irish coffee.
Ooh!
You'll find out. We don't have any whiskey.
We have cars.
We could go get whiskey. I would say let us know if you want us to have an Irish coffee, but by the time you see this, we'll be done recording the entire series.
You want us to.
Yeah.
You want us to. You like it. You like us.
All right.
You like us.
So, we will go watch the next episode, and we will be back. Like and subscribe. Let us know what you think. Bye. The next one's good.
Is it?
Don't look at what it's about.
I won't.
You're doing it.
No, I'm not.